It was a dark night. Lola was alone in Brawleywood. Work was going really badly. The films were no longer paying off. The girl was thinking about closing Brawleywood as a place to shoot films, because ratings were falling. There were no ideas. And she's really tired. There were no forces to act and write scripts. Lola was going to go tomorrow and inform the council about her decision. Despite everything, in her head she was thinking how to avoid this, and suddenly it dawned on her. Maybe there is still a chance to stay afloat and continue the business. She needs to try one idea. There's nothing to lose anyway. Has come the morning of the next day. The carefree Colt was walking through the streets of the ring. He didn't think about anything except what to eat today. When he heard the sounds of a satchel, the guy turned around and saw Janet. She asked what he was doing here alone. The guy said he was walking. Is it possible to walk alone? The girl asked. What she was leading to? Asked Colt. She offered to go for a walk together. Strange. What does she need? So they took a walk and sat down on a bench. Colt still didn't understand what she needed from him. Janet revealed her plans. She is looking for a replacement for herself in the Council of Brawlers. They should change every week, so that's the matter. Only he didn't really want to sit and solve the problems of the ring. He liked a carefree life and refused such a generous offer. Lola started to implement the idea. She turned on the camera and recorded a video in which she invited professionals who don't have money to advance to star in her art house sketch. She asked everyone to come to Brawleywood. After the publication of the video, Lola began to wait. She sat on her chair and waited for an army of willing. But by night it became clear that no one wants to participate. Not a single person came. It's just a shame. Lola was so angry and devastated that she jumped the camera and broke it. To hell these shootings. It's time to close the Brawleywood. Artin has lost its former popularity. She headed home. It was already very late. There was no one on the streets. Utter silence. When she heard someone's footsteps, the girl stopped. "Someone is here?" she shouted. There was no answer. The girl continued to go home without suspecting anything. The next day, Lola came to the Council of Brawlers to ask them to close the Brawleywood. The council was surprised at her request. Is it really that bad? Janet didn't understand anything at all. She came here to sleep. Others told her to think about it again and come here again tomorrow. But what to think? The ring is dying with fewer spectators every day. We need to close. Another day, the council answered. Let him think. Lola is gone. She came to Brawleywood again, hoping to see someone who would help her shoot an art house sketch. But there was no one. She sat down on a chair and began to wait, thereby giving Brawleywood another chance. It's been 5 hours. It's getting dark. 0. Exactly how many people came to Brawleywood? Well, she didn't expect anything else. Now exactly Brawleywood needs to be closed and come up with something new. At this time, Colt was passing by Brawleywood. As usual, he was walking around and living for his own pleasure. Suddenly, the guy noticed a stranger who secretly followed Lola. Who is this guy? Colt didn't stand on ceremony. He took aim and fired. What was that? Colt didn't understand. Where he disappeared? Is it magic? How he appeared behind his back? Colt was in shock. He didn't understand what kind of ability, how he was disappearing like that. The fighter got to his feet and saw the portal. So that's how he moves. The opponent is serious. He took out a second revolver. Lola heard the shots. What's going on there? Lola saw a stranger strangling Colt. He shouted at him to stop. Hearing her request, the stranger let the guy go. Lola realized by his appearance who he was. If he came to star in an art house sketch, and Colt seemed to think that this was an enemy. She couldn't believe her eyes. At least someone had come. It turns out he's not an enemy. The stranger approached Lola. She asked his name. He whispered softly, "Gray." The girl didn't understand what was wrong with him. Why is he so silent? Is his whole life really in an art house movie? In fact, as a child, Gray was very much scared because of what he could not say a word for a long time. But after many years of going to hundreds of doctors, he managed to speak, but very poorly and rarely. Therefore, he found a profession in which it is not necessary to speak, where he became a pro in his field. But even he himself didn't understand how he managed to open portals. Perhaps his parents were not ordinary people, and it is clear from him that he's not an ordinary person. He had been here for 2 days already, but didn't dare to come in thinking that he would be refused, and just followed Lola. He defeated Colt and could have killed him if it hadn't been for Lola. The girl offered to shoot the sketch right away. Gray was only in favor. Colt is completely devastated. The next day, the couple was already played everywhere. People like it, but it didn't bring the results that Lola expected. But she liked Gray for his professionalism. Colt was scared. He was afraid that someone would find out how he lost to Gray. The guy didn't leave the house and waited for this Gray to leave the ring. But how to spite Colt? Not only Lola saw their fight, but also Ems, who filmed everything on camera. The video instantly spread all over the internet, and the entire arena and fans learned about how Gray beat Colt. This caused 10 times more problems with Lola's sketch. People were shocked by Gray's skill. They wanted him to become a brawler. Many even considered Gray to be the one who could defeat any brawler. It was a new wave of popularity, and the ring really needed it. He was invited to the console, where they offered him a lot of money if he would become a brawler and star with Lola in films. Gray had no choice but to agree. He came to the arena with high hopes. If not for Colt, Gray might not have become so popular. He nodded his hand and gave his consent. He was recognized a mythical fighter. Colt found out about all this and was very angry. He was afraid to leave the house. He disgraced the whole world. If he hadn't shot then, nothing would have happened. Thanks to Gray, Bollywood will live on. Lola was happy about this event, but she was turning one thought in her head. Is Gray good or bad? After all, if it wasn't for her, maybe he would have really killed Colt. She tried not to think about it. While everything is fine, you need to wait. That's how Gray appeared in the Brawl Stars arena.